Hello, my mathematicians. Today's math lesson is a continuation of our travel miles problems that we were doing on Thursday. You're going to be looking at the map of the United States and at the grid that shows the distances between various cities. And today we're thinking about when rounding is helpful and sometimes really rounding is not what we should do. So I would encourage you to go ahead and read these slides. These guys are talking about when rounding is helpful, and I bet you can come up with a lot more reasons that rounding is helpful. So you're going to use the map and the grid to answer three problems. Yes, to answer three problems, and then we'll work on some addition problems in our home connections book today. So today I'd like you to go through these slides. It's, you guys are like way super mature for third graders because you've had to do all this work on your own. And I'm so proud of you, and I know it's not easy, and I wish I was able to be with each and every one of you to help you through this, but I appreciate your effort. In problem one, if Roberto traveled from Houston to see Independence Hall and the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia, how many miles did he travel? The question is, does this question require an exact answer or an estimate? And you just need to think about that. What do you think? Here's problem one again. This time, they're showing you how many miles he actually traveled. If you go from Houston to Philadelphia, 1,336 miles. And there, I'd like for you to round that number to the nearest 10 and round that number to the nearest 100 in the boxes. Same thing. Sorry, I was interrupted. I can't remember where I was. Oh, I know. 1,336 rounded to the nearest 100 is, please fill in the blanks. Problem two, how can you use rounding to make this problem easier? Amber and her mom are driving from San Francisco to Denver. Hey, it's like me driving to visit Sam to see the mountains. Amber's mom can drive 388 miles on one tank of gas. How many times will she and Amber need to fill up the car's tank with gas to get to Denver? Ooh, that's such a good problem. So how can you use rounding to make this problem easier? Solve the problem and share your work on the next slide. So here is the slide. We've got the problem here again. Fill this in. Problem three, Tim's family is planning a vacation. They're deciding between Nashville and Orlando. They live in Houston. What is the difference between the distances they would fly to each city? Use rounding to estimate a reasonable answer. So here are some clue words for you. What is the difference? That means this is a subtraction problem. Use rounding. That means you do not have to subtract exactly the numbers. Round and give a reasonable answer for this problem. So rounding these numbers and getting a reasonable answer. All right, and you're going to put the answer in this box. Problem three, Tim's family, same. This time we're finding the exact answer to the problem, and you're going to do that on the next slide. Here's the equation. Equations are always written across like this, not up and down like this. This is you're showing your work. This is an equation. All right, so now that you've solved the problem, read or listen to how this student, Kayla, solved the problem. And if you, so you can either read it here or listen to it. And then you're going to answer this question, why did Kayla add both, add 7 to both numbers? So this, these are reviews of how you use rounding, how you use various strategies for subtraction and addition. So you're looking at all these kids' strategies, and then these guys too. How does rounding help? And then I'd like for you to work on pages 55 and 56 in your Home Connections book. This is called Jumping Rope for Charity. Please make sure when you upload your work that you do your very best to make that picture readable. I know it is not easy. It does help if when you've written when you're writing your work, the writing is darker. Very, very light pencil is super hard to take a picture of and read. If you have any questions, you know where to find me.